Still, I
Are
mean,
we?
don't know, but my guests, panelists are already here. Rest three guests,
Okay.
I have a strong doubt. One of
Mm-hmm.
Aparna ma'am's brother-in-law is hospitalized. I came to today morning. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
then Rashna ma'am's is still doubtful because
Hmm.
she's okay, but her
Hmm.
family members are not keeping well. So in the afternoon, she messaged she's 50-50 chances that she'll join. And
So,
Kumar, I already informed you yesterday that from
yeah.
ABU
Yeah.
that he's not keeping well. So let's
It's
see. He
it's.
also said that I'll
Uh-huh.
will try. Yes.
It's okay, but once you call and just ask them if they will be there or not.
Sure. Let me just
And
quickly
uh,
speak with. Sure.
We are now live on Facebook.
wait, Ina.
Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back. Cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left there with my thoughts, and the image of you being with someone else, well, it's eating me up inside. But we ran our course, we pretended we're okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck we made. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go, I will go. So I'll go, I will go. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. Even though I might not like this, I think that you'll be happier. I want you to be happier. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go, I will go.
Hi, all. A very good evening to a
Good evening.
wonderful session. This we have already seen the video of Three Edge Companion, founded by Miss Chanchal Bhargava, and she is the one who has organized this wonderful World Summit, Peace Summit, specially. And I'm thankful to her for accepting me and for making me join this summit, for making me collaborate with her for this summit, and inviting my panelists for today's session, which is something very unique: the voice of Edumedia. I think we all understand the edu, which is a brief or a small, we can say the brief about the education. And media, we all understand what is media. Media can be internet, media can be newspaper, media can be digital. We are all digital, so we are actually using the media. We are going live on Facebook, we are going live on YouTube, we are using these media for platforms to be live, to connect with the around the globe, basically. And looking in the kind of challenging timings today, the crisis we are in, whether you talk about the health issues, whether you talk about the employment issues, or whether you talk about the relationship issues, mental issues, we all are going through a lot today. We are all are going through a lot. Be it students, be it teachers, be it parents, we all are sailing in the same boat. So I think, coming from the situations we are have been going through since last year, I think this is a wonderful concept that Ms. Chanchal has started to talk about the peaceful world, to talk about how we can create a peaceful society to live in, how we can together join in to understand what is important: to be rest in peace or to live in peace. I think that today's topic is very self explanatory, that if we all unite together, we can differentiate between the difference of live in peace and rest in peace. The important factor is to live in peace rather than rest in peace, which we all are hearing from across the globe every morning, every night, every afternoon. We go on Facebook, we go on LinkedIn, we go on WhatsApp group. It's all the same everywhere. So let us discuss today how we can all together, from the people from the education sector and people from the media sector, how together we can contribute towards the important part of our lives to live in a peaceful world. And I would like to welcome each one of you to support us in today's session. I would like to welcome Dr. Preeti Ojha. She is a wonderful educationist, the principal of Delhi International School, Dwarka, and she is a Spotlight LinkedIn for 2019 and a wonderful TEDx speaker. I have Rachna ma'am today. She is a vice principal from Prudence School, and she is the person who started with the ICT tools for the computer literacy in her school. Then I have Sunny Rathore, the entrepreneur. He started K-12 News to support education sector so that he can share the stories of the education digitally and support the education sector, students as well as the teachers and the parents too. I have Ms. Deepa Chaudhary. Okay, now Ms. Deepa is a totally different setup. She is from the corporate background, an EA to the CEO of a multi MNC, but a wonderful individual. Between all these things, whether we are entrepreneurs, whether we are educationists, whether we are from the corporate backgrounds, the most important factor is that we are human beings. We are individuals, we are human beings, and we should not forget that every human being is important. Every human being carries a unique talent, unique importance, and a unique skill. And when we collaborate, we make a group of creative people who can unite together and work towards the same goal, that is creating peace. So I would like to now hand over this forum to my moderator, Ms. Deepa Chaudhary, who would be welcoming our speakers for today and the participants for today. So over to you, Ms. Deepa. Thank you so much once again for accepting this invite to moderate this session.
Excuse me, Miss Deepa, please invite Ina for sharing the lighting of lamp first. Let's take shower of blessing and then we will continue.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. May I welcome Miss Ina Singh for the lamp lighting, please. Miss Ina Singh, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm just playing it.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you so much, Ina ji. That was a lovely beginning to this evening session today. So I can still see Rabia here on the screen, and I welcome all our speakers and Mr. Chanchal Bhargav's initiative. Thank you so much, Rabia ji, for a fabulous beginning here. And in the interest of time, let me welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Preeti Ojha, Principal, Delhi International School. Dr. Preeti Ojha, over to you, please.
Thank you so much. I am very grateful to Ms. Chanchal, Ms. Rabia, and all the panelists to be here with us and invite all of us together for this wonderful program of bringing peace when we actually at the right time need it in the right definition. So I would like to let you all know that when I first time heard about this entire topic, which was related to peace, and which had so many other things around as an educationist. When I go to the SDG goals, there is a lot, there are 17 goals that we have, and each goal, end of the day, has an information for peace. And when this entire group of people, I read about them, I found their articles, I found that each one of them are working towards this with the same aspect. But education has to be an important pillar for each one of us to make sure it collaborates with media and together they can bring it peace to the land. If I talk about the three letters that you spoke, the three H, the head, heart, and hand, has been always my fight with the youth, with the elders, with the people who I am with. And if these three are aligned, there is no problem at all in life. And this is what, when starts engaging with each other, When we don't hear the heart and we don't do what our heart is saying, the things get complicated. But once they are aligned, the entire programming of a human mind, which is built to think and progress towards peace, starts working. For me, when I look at education, I don't look only at the literacy part of pen and paper and academics. I look at education from a very different glass and a very different way, which people do ask me why. And my why is always that this is how I have been conditioned, this is how I have been brought up, and this is how my family has been. And so I perceive this education in a very different way. Similarly, each individual here as a panelist will be having a different family background, will have a different conditioning to look at education, will look at education, business, money in a very different profile, and then come to ultimately peace. For me, it starts with peace and then goes to various other aspects. And most of the time, people do ask me when I was very young. I was a player. I was a table tennis player, and usually whenever I used to go to play, wo ho jati hai ladai. You have a fight with your partner sometimes, and they used to always say that you don't fight verbally. You play the next game. You make sure that there is a scope to win. I said because that's going to bring bigger peace among both the competitors rather than the verbal communication, which may go to a different level to the principal or to maybe outside the school walls, even to my parents. And this may withdraw me for even gains. So, who taught me this entire vision? Who taught me that this is how you have to think around when you start speaking? Is your father, is your mother. They're the first educators in the family. And when I talk about education, I always tell students that there are a few key things that you need to know when you talk about education, which will help you to progress yourself in all the three media: electronic, print, and internet. All the three will take its own way of how you have to operate with them. But if you have those 10 important things in your hand, and those 10 important things I feel is confidence. If you are a child who has been brought up beautifully by your parents, having no conflict at house, you have a harmony in your mind, the mindset of the child from the age group of 3 is content, and they're very happy with what they are. I'm talking about that kind of a conditioning that a child should have from the family. उसके बाद build up school को करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. You have to have a child who comes in the classroom with no conflicts in mind. If I talk to nursery children, sometimes they say, mommy was not talking to papa. Papa was not talking to mama. So I will not talk to you. So my always information to them is that what you do, you don't have to tell your child. They observe you and they become the same. So the minute they see you confident, the minute they see you withdrawing from a fight, the minute they see that there could have been another word which could have ignited a fight, but they kept quiet, they understand this is how I need to behave when I go out somewhere. So confidence will boost hope, and hope will breed peace. This is how I feel that the children should learn. That's the first thing which they will only observe. None of these things can be taught to a child. Please remember, whoever my panelist here from the education will agree with us. Rachna ma'am, I'm sure you will agree with me here that we don't go and say a child that go on, become confident. We don't do that. We allow them to grow in an environment where confidence seeps in them. They start becoming confident with the activity that we do with them, and we don't force them to become confident. We give them an opportunity to grab some things which excels them with confidence. The second thing that I feel is that independent thinking is very important. I still remember till my third year of my college, my mother used to tell me what color dress I need to wear. That independence should be given to the child at a very young age, and children are asking for it. But coming from a generation like me, who's a mother of a child 20 years old, if I try to mentor my child the same way as I was mentored, like wear this shirt, wear this pant, they wouldn't like it because they would like to have an independent thinking. But children misguide themselves with independent thinking of taking a decision without responsibility. So whenever I talk about independent thinking, I say that do think independently, but please decide what is good and bad, and please then face all the kind of virtues with it. Third, which I feel is solve a problem. Do not escape from a problem. The minute you do that, wherever you are in the media, whatever you're talking to people in an uncontrolled environment, you need to resolve an issue. When it comes online anywhere, if you've posted a picture which is not liked by somebody, you need to resolve it by withdrawing it. to write an apology to make sure that what you have done, you can undo it. If that's the kind of evolvement a child has, they can go anywhere in the world. Nobody can stop them for success. The fourth thing that I feel is that children are very low with vocabulary. One, second, the communication skill in children is very difficult for me to understand. They want something, but they wouldn't talk about it. They don't know how to start that convincing communication. They don't know what's the middle part of the communication, and they don't know how to close it. And that's an entire package which comes to an individual at the age of 20, 21 in the college or maybe after the college. But the learning has become so young that even a sixth standard student now will be asked to do a vocational course through NEP 2020. So if a child will be doing a vocational course, they'll be expected to have a policy, a plan, and a profit. They will be asked to communicate with people around at the age of 12 to understand how would they sell their product. They would be knowing how exactly they need to do it at a very early age. And if it is not there with them, no book is going to teach them in a syllabus. That is a life skill that one has to evolve with the family, with a helper coming in the house, with the postman, or with the people who is the guard of the society, or whoever they may find in the surrounding will be a part to make them learn how to go ahead with communication. I still remember a boy in my school. He every day wishes the guard of the school. Can you imagine the impact he gives about himself and his communication to that guard, that the guard always makes sure that the child is in the school, in the sense that the child one day was absent and we had something very important. And he said he's not in the school. And he was the only one to know that at the beginning when we was conversing about it. And I asked him, how do you know that? He said, I didn't see him in the morning because if he goes through this gate, he wishes me. That's the most remarkable thing of a communication, what a child can exhibit at such a young age. The fifth I feel is that education has to be completed at least till your graduation or 12th. The doors will open for you. Children should not feel, no, I don't want to get educated. No, I don't want to do engineering. I'll be a coder. I'm going to be doing something which is like an entrepreneur skills, and I'm going to make my business with no degree in hand. Absolutely no. They need to know the channels through which they will be exploring different kind of things in the world. I'll come to the very important part very soon, but this is something I had to speak about. This will reduce the poverty. This will also protect the political aspect of the country. The wiser the people would become with education, the younger generation, their tolerance power will increase. And they will be knowing what and when to talk in what surrounding and who are their audience. And terrorism would come to a little lighter mode because the identity of an individual will be always there, maybe an independent entrepreneur or an employee or an employer, whatever way, but there will be an earning in their life. I feel that respect and empathy would come for each other through education. These are the 10 things that I revolve around, and I always ask the teachers, the curriculum, the stakeholders like our parents and the management, that these are the 10 things, or maybe you can expand it to 15 more, but these are the few important basic things that our child should have in education to bring peace in the country or in the globe. These are very basic. You can always keep going ahead with more such attributes. And when I come to social media, I love the print media from the bottom of my heart. Why? I'll tell you that. Whenever I go for a workshop, whenever we talk and the groups when start talking, the talk doesn't stop until you raise a bell. They wouldn't stop. The number of words, the number of ideas, the number of information that you start getting all together is unlimited. And it's becoming difficult for one to bifurcate which one to pick and which one not to pick. But the print tells you 30 words in a column, read it, perceive it, find what you exactly need from it. That's it, period. You don't have to go ahead by convincing people, by debating the way we have seen in some of the channels, and making sure that what I'm speaking is right. Leave it to the audience. News and media is an aspect where I feel that each one of us should perceive it the way we want to perceive it, and we should feel the way we should feel about it. And I'm using a very biotic word here, conceive it the way that we want to conceive that news. That's absolutely important, because you cannot think of deviating the audience through the electronic media by the news that you wanted to convert it. That's not what is the requirement is. The text emphasizes and gives a line. Like, for example, I started in 2010 on the LinkedIn, and I wrote a very simple line, Sunny sir. And I wrote there that, do teachers need a chair in the class? That's the only line, Rachna ma'am, I had written on the LinkedIn profile. And you wouldn't imagine that line explode. Like, millions of people saw it, they wrote on it, and they said, this woman has gone mad. She's an educationist. How can she ask us such a question? Why are teachers not a human? She wouldn't need a chair. Of course, I had the same thought in my mind, but the perceiving of the audience in different groups was different. Now, I could have got absolutely scared. I could have been very fearful. People had written very wrong words, and a lot of other things were there. And I said, that's what I have posted, and I have to take care of it. I will make sure that I don't withdraw. I will not let anybody feel offended of what I've written, but I will not answer anyone. Because the minute I'll answer, they may feel they may feel that I'm offending them. And I found that each social media is different electronically. I started with LinkedIn. I remember I'm writing over here. And then I started on a website. Then I worked on a YouTube. Then I worked on the Twitter. And then I was on the Instagram, the most dangerous. And then I came on the WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one place where the child has to be taught, or the education media has to be taught, what to pick and what not to pick. In fact, every place. YouTube is open with ocean of unwanted videos. Even in education, I can give you the names where the entire content has been taught wrong. It cannot be done. Wikipedia is editable. People have been editing the facts over there. Children need to know that where to pick the information from and how to verify it. That is very essential. What is written? Can you just imagine that children in my class feel upset? And most of the ladies also have met, if their picture is not liked on the Facebook, the number of likes are lesser. And that does not allow them to speak to a friend who did not like it. Even it comes to the relationship or friendship, it could have been better. But they say that you didn't like my picture. This is something which brings in a lot of stress. Teenage girls and boys in this environment, especially during the lockdown, are finding ways out to talk to people who don't judge them. And when they go on a social media, if somebody gives them that question, that who are you, how can I help you, do you think you can tell me something about yourself, children are so vulnerable at that stage. They write so many basic information about themselves and the family that the person on the other side, you might not know who is, and can take advantage of those young minds. What young minds? I've spoken to so many ladies who have been taken up on OTP number, and they have been sold a car and the car never came to their house. So these are levels of hacking, crime on the social media that can happen. So we need to understand that an individual has to be made an excellent decision maker, an excellent all-rounder, to be confident within, to know when to withdraw, to exceptionally know that the people around you do not matter at all. Connect with yourself, have confidence with yourself, what you're trying to write and perceive. Please make sure that you tackle major issues, and only on that you should talk. You should never talk about issues related to sentiments of an individual. But dialogue of social media, on the social media, is extremely important with the tools that you use. So you cannot go and write about your family on LinkedIn, because those are professional people out there. And you cannot go on the Facebook and write two professional things, because family wouldn't let it. You cannot go on a Twitter and write long stories about somebody and or comment. As you have seen, there have been a lot of irresponsible comments on the Twitter, because of which people have gone behind the bars. So these are the kind of things that one has to restrict from a very young age. And the youth has to really understand to map things and plan things on a paper before jumping into the shower of social media, because there are people who are equipped with helmets and a lot of other things in their hands to protect themselves, and they can harm you. So I feel that if a child is educated from a very young age to an adult, they will know how to deal with the uncontrolled environment of the social media. And the social media, how much ever you want, will have different kinds of thoughts, because they are there and they will be there. And if they are not there, you are not there in the existence in the social media. So you want them also. And if they write something, you need to know how to respond to them. This is how I would like to complete my thought process around this wonderful topic that you have brought up, because this is something that has not been spoken to a panel in which we can talk about education and media. The last line that I would like to close this entire thought of mine is that lots of parents come to me and say that ma'am, बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी टीवी पे दिखाते हैं जो बहुत खराब. We don't want our children to be spoiled. Nowadays my son speaks like this. He's in 11th standard, but he speaks because he's all influenced by the media. I said, you can't close it. You can't switch off your TV. But you can make your child understand what to pick from there and what not to pick, and discuss around it. So dialogue on print, on internet, on the social media is extremely important. But you need to know what you need to apply in your real life with the same. Thank you so much, Deepa, for inviting me to speak as a keynote speaker.
Thank you so much to you, Dr. Oja. And it has been very simplified words that you used, and you spoke straight from the heart, and made it so relevant with your personal experiences of life. And especially a few things that I noted was, once you said confidence will breed hope and hope will bring peace. And that's very simplified version, very easy to understand, and it relates to us so much. Peace cannot be forced. Independent thinking has to be accompanied with responsibility, resolve an issue, and our kids have to be educated with their low vocabulary skills are there, and the communication skills are there, and that has become an obstacle these days. So now that educators, along with media, and showing them the right path, I'm surely we'll find a way towards our peace. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasant experience to hear you for the first time.
Thank you.
For the first time.
Ms. Deepa, I also want to add here, like the way Dr. Preeti mentioned, that what needs to be picked up, we need to teach our kids actually, because it is hampering the mental peace. It is hampering the mental peace, whatever they are watching on the electronic media. So very rightly, she has connected actually how media is actually, hampering also, affecting also at the same point of time. We will now hear from our next speaker how media is actually helping, beneficial also for today's peace in the environment. So I hand over to you, Ms. Deepa, again to invite our next speaker. Yes.
So our next speaker is Mr. Sunny Rathor, co-founder K12 News, IBM, B2B Streets. He's also founder of Gen Next Films, and he's also an actor. We extend a cordial welcome to you, Mr. Rathor, and we'll love to hear from you. Over to you, please.
Good evening to all dignitaries, and thank you organizers for giving me the opportunity. So here I would like to say education is the process of learning and knowing, which is not restricted to our school's textbooks. It is a holistic process and continuous to our life. Even the regular happenings and events around us educate us in one of our or other ways. It would not be an exaggeration to say that the existence of human beings in the fruitless without education. Education imparts knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that are important for the social, economic, and political development for any country. This role is well articulated and in Sustainable Development Goal 4, SDG 4, which seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all and promoting lifelong learning. Moreover, the objective of SDG 4.7 is to ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, including, among others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, promotion of a culture of peace and non-violence, global citizenship and appreciation of cultural diversity and of culture's contribution to sustainable development. Education, a double-edged sword, we can say. While education is a central to peace building, it is important to note that it has two facts. There is evidence to the view that when equality available of good quality, relevant and conflict sensitive, education can help promote peace and provide safe environments. On the other hand, when its delivery is characterized with exclusion and inequity, it can accessible conflict. It is for this reason that deliberate effort need to be made to put in place necessary policies and strategies to maximize the positive effects of education on peace. Similarly, media. So I belongs to media. I can say from past 16 years, as I'm an actor too. You must have seen me on TV channels, in some TV serials also. So media plays an important role in promoting peace. Print media, electronic media, and web media, giving weightage to those news which is helpful for promoting peace during andolans, wars, Indian-Pakistan relationship. Media published news related to the Shanti Varta, negative result of andolans, wars, and violence for building a better relationship and curbing andolans, wars, etc. Number of articles, editorials, columns, features is regularly published in newspapers and magazines and podcast by various web portals for promoting peace. In electronic media, various panel discussions are organized by government and private TV channels, radio channels too. During the Mumbai, Godhra, Ram Mandir, and other communal rights, media took precautions against publicizing negative news, photographs, and broadcasting violent visuals on TV channels and radio, and only broadcast informative news about the same. Media also provides information about the possibilities of terrorist attacks, precautions, and thus creates awareness about these kind of attacks. Media also widely covers non-violence day as birthday of father of nation Mahatma Gandhi on 2nd of October every year. Media also covers various conferences, seminars, symposiums, workshops, cultural activities, and other kind of events on non-violence, which are organized by various religious, social, educational, national, and international organizations and institutions. So we can say media plays a positive role in promoting peace, love, happiness, bliss, and purity. So here I take pride of to share that Kettle News is an educational media channel, promotes peace and harmony by collecting and broadcasting the news of various educational institutions. And today we have over 280 schools, educators, edupreneurs, and half million readers connected with us in our platform. So that's all from my side, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rathore. That was very insightful from your end, and how media and education go hand in hand and can play together a role which will eventually lead to our peaceful society, peaceful environment. Coming to our next speakers, it's already about 5:50. So coming to our next speaker, may I now invite and Ms. Chanchal Bhargava And
Before
first of all,
Ms. Deepa, before we go to our next speaker, I would like to thanks Sunny Rathor to, because I'm also from the PR and media side, and after listening to Dr. Preeti's, views about electronic media, it was like, oh my God, somebody has to be there to support me as well. As an educationist, she is already supported, but as a media person, somebody has to be there. So I thank to, Sunny Rathor for supporting me. Because I totally believe in the electronic media as well. It is how we are catering towards it, basically, because of the fact whether you go for the print media or the electronic media, we as a person who are actually going ahead with printing the news, publishing the news, depends on us what to publish and what not to publish, so that we should cater to the happiness and the peace of the society, and not towards it. It should not affect, it should not hamper the peace of the nation, peace of the educationists, peace of the students, or peace of the parents, actually. So it is upon us. Again, I would like to tell here that it's our own responsibility, it's our own, the individual's responsibility, basically. So individuals, that's always said that human beings, we are human beings, and it's our own responsibility to cater towards the peaceful nation. That's all I would like to say. Thanks, Sanita Thor. Thank you so much. Yes, Ms. Deepa, over to you again.
thank you, Ms. Bhatia. So I would like to request the founder of 3H, Ms. Chanchal Bhargava, to be our next speaker. But before I continue, let me just introduce you a detailed version of her. So Ms. Chanchal Bhargava, an edu lover, a motivational speaker, teacher, trainer, psychological counselor, a blogger, and spiritual wellness coach, enjoys her passion as a communicator, helping and guiding individuals about work, life skills, and management with 3H, head, heart, and hand. She has worked with 500 plus people online on youth mentorship, EI, women empowerment, leadership, management skills, say no to stress, depression, and suicidal attempts, and organized various events like Education to Civilization, Vidambana, Wow, World of Wonders, Jeevan Geet, Art Exhibition, and many more. Udan, a career guidance project, Student Keep Up Pathshala, Skill Development, and Wings of Women. Skill Empowerment Project are upcoming. She develops education in rural areas of Budelkhand with an NGO. She envisages a virtual mini university for overall growth and holistic development of all individuals with human values, freedom, and creative ideology. National and international awardee, but believes getting a space or place in every heart is the best award. For her life is a Wi Fi connection, somewhere weak, somewhere strong. The only need is to stay connected. Her articles and messages are published in some of the famous magazines like The Window of the Future, Wednesday Times, and Spiritual Connect Inner Reflections. She firmly believes in human empowerment and power of love to raise and rise, embracing with all the 3H, 3As, and 3Cs to love, express, race, and march with the purpose of spreading peace and happiness across the globe. Over to you, Ms. Chanchal Bhargava.
Thanks a lot, Deepa. Truly humbled and touched with your words. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholders. Right now proved by Ms. Preeti Ahuja and as well Sir Sunny Rathod and dear Rabia, that all the words which are spoken, they reflect their personality. And the way we perceive, we receive, we see, that focus our personality. So beauty lies in the eyes of beholders, isn't it? As you want to see, you see the world around you. And all that is in your control, it means. Once you set your body, mind, and soul in the right direction, right speed, and strategy, peace begins. Let me explain you with an example here. Can you imagine yourself as if you are on a pitch, a cricket pitch, and you are a batsman? Now, when you are standing on the crease, you will be facing different balls. Some might be wide balls, straight balls, no balls, googly. I do not know much. So please forgive if I have said type of balls somewhere here and there. Now, facing all the balls is in your control. You cannot stop any of the ball, but this is your strategy how to face them. You want to leave or you want to hit. This is up to you. So very well said by Preeti ma'am, that don't stop your children to use. Tell them how to use, when to stop, when to start. So this is all about our life too. We need to keep the remote of our life in our control. The disturbances or the peace disturbs as soon as we give that remote to others, and we usually do. We laugh, we cry, we get disappointed, we get upset. All why? Because we take others' responsibilities, others' actions as ours. We compare with others. We compete with others. Is it required? What's required? To compete with ourselves, to ask about your faults and correct them. So what we need is, don't stop the balls. Balls here means situations, problems, challenges, adversity. That's not in our control. There is, control to deal with, to make those adversities to opportunities. And you can do it. You need to keep your body, your mind, your soul at peace. And that can be easily done. If you set your mind, make it kind, right, and just. We say about, like Sir Rathor also, and Ma'am Preeti also, and Rabia Ma'am also. We all discuss about today's pandemic situation, the consequences, the casualties, the sufferings all around us. And it's not in our control to stop them. Then what's there in our control? Again, the thing comes. Our mind is in our control. We can take what we want. There is nothing like negativity, which is beyond our expectations or our liking, that becomes negative to us. And same with the stress. There is no stress. If you learn to say no to your mind always plays googlies, it never gives you a straight ball. So, but it always questions you. When you do any task, it questions you. And you need to choose. You are your choice. And that is what spirituality says. Have a purpose. Have right choices. Make it right. So being spiritual means being simple. Simple with your decisions. Simple with your lifestyle. Many of the things you see today, if the casualties are more, if the death rate is increasing, not only because of corona, it's because of fear, panic, which people are getting from each other. Death is not in our control, but precautions, preventions, love to yourself, your lifestyle is in your control. So what I need to say, the three things always remember, keep your willpower strong. Have belief and trust in yourself and faith in God that whatever happens, happens for good. And there is learning and lessons in every problem you face, any challenge you beat, any situation that you overcome. So once your power of love overcomes the love for power, peace begins. So keep smiling. Peace is there with your smile. Laugh with others. Don't laugh at others. Laugh with others. Both are entirely different. Once you smile and create more, you look more beautiful. You can see in mirror. Anytime you smile, whenever you are angry, go and stand in front of the mirror and start smiling. That's how you can begin with. These are few of the steps which we all need to take. And see what's your responsibility, what you need to take. Your responsibility is up to your actions, your words you speak. Because above all, it's how you treat others, how you make others feel that is remembered for you. That always instill peace in you as well as in others. Inaji, if that video is downloaded, can we see that video?
Chanchalji, that video is not with me. I couldn't download it.
Okay, okay. But that I will share with Rabia, and that will be shared with all the guests and the speakers present here. It's a wonderful video, and whatever I have discussed, it is there within as well. So, muskurana, shukriya, and duaएं. These are the three things with which I put my words here in an end, saying that prayers, blessings, and smile to each one of you and your family. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Chanchalji. And it was a feast to the ears to hear you in such a simplified way, such soothing tone and the voice you have. I must appreciate. And you mentioned about being spiritual is being simple in your decisions. The only thing that is in our control is precautions, prevention, our lifestyle, and have a strong willpower, have belief, faith in God, learning and lessons in every problem is there, and smile and laugh with others. Our actions are our responsibility. Very beautifully said, very beautifully said, I must say. Thank you so much. It was so nice to hear you.
Ms.
To our next
Chanchal, I would
speaker.
like to add on one thing, Deepa, just one second. Ms. Chanchal, it was actually direct dil se, I would like to say here. Direct dil se. Wonderfully said, wonderfully said. Very beautiful words. Thank you so much.
So our next speaker would be Miss Rachna Babbar. She is Vice Principal, Prudence School, Ashok Vihar. Rachna ji, are you there?
Ma'am is there, and I would like to request Rachna ma'am to speak just for 5 minutes. I know, ma'am, you're not keeping well, you have a bad throat, but still we would like to hear your words also about education and media to contribute towards peace. So just 5 minutes, if you can talk something, would love to hear.
Thank you so much, Rabia. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my bad throat and bad voice today. So, but in a very short talk, I can have. And I think I was just thinking that I would probably miss on today's conversation, and it would be a little difficult as far as my health is concerned. But after listening to the other panelists, if I talk about Dr. Preeti, I think the talk was really, really amazing and was full of insights. And it was right coming from her heart, from her experience, from the life directly. That how can rest in peace versus live in peace matters, and how should we be going about it, and all the other panelists. So I think the motivation and encouragement has come right from there. So at least I can just give a small try, and just would like to talk about it. So thank you so much, everyone. I mean, rest in peace, if I say, I mean, it's something which is written on tombstones. What is said when someone passes? May he rest in peace, or may she rest in peace. Many people live with this idea that when they are dead, their problems will end. Only when they are gone from this earth or from this planet will they be free from a life of suffering or pain. And although those beliefs are true, to some extent, those beliefs actually hold people back from living a better life. You see, I mean, it's easy to get caught up in your own problems. It's easy to live in a pattern of suffering or pain and do nothing about it. In fact, it's too common, and we really need to think about it. Many people will live in place of complacency when they are not even really comfortable, not they content. They are in jobs they hate. They are not doing anything about their health. Their relationships are bothering their souls and draining them from their, precious energy. So why would we do these things to ourselves? I mean, we all encounter these issues in our lives. And why do we continue to endure them for months and years and even trying to claw, this problem out? So, I mean, we are an interesting group of species. It's odd how we would do things that consistently damage our health, our minds, our peace, our body. And that's what I want to talk about today. That's our peace. And when we talk about live in peace, it, it's completely in my hands. It's completely my call. We need to set certain ground rules. We need to have some guidelines. Without them, our mind has, I mean, we have too many options and we can go in too many directions. And it can lead us in the wrong direction also. When I start prioritizing and valuing my happiness, my peace, my entire world will get changed. I need to think differently, act differently, make decisions differently. I started focusing on doing the right things when it comes to myself. How do I know that was right or wrong? I mean, it was by setting my personal GPS system to take me towards happiness and peace. So, when you decide to put your happiness, your peace, your mind, your well being towards the priority, towards the first, I think we can start seeing things from a different lens. And when we talk about live in peace, I think you're not disturbed by little things, you're not shaken by big things. You need to ensure that you're not swayed or influenced by negative news or social media. You focus on being comfortable with yourself. You let go of past mistakes and accept that you will make more in future. And it's okay if something is not, worked so well. You don't stress about unimportant things. You don't worry about what you can't control. You're not offended by the comments of other people, even if their intent is to harm you. You don't get upset or angry at the tiniest of things, inconveniences. You let go of the hard feelings you have towards others. They actually harm you more than them. You reduce the number of negative emotions you experience because they don't align with your newfound goal of peace. Last but not the least, you put your mental well being and your happiness at the very first one. So remember, focusing on solving problems that affect your peace, prioritize your happiness and mental well being. Learn to live in a calm and relaxed state. You'll have a blueprint for a better quality existence. So, here I would like to rest my conversation today.
Thank you so much, Rachna ji. Beautifully said. And I must appreciate, despite of your ill health, you could take out time to be here with us this evening. Thank you so much. And your insights about peace and how do you define a peaceful state of mind, forgiving others, not to get irritated by small, small things. And when you do such things, then is the when you realize that now I'm at a peaceful state, and do not allow others or situations to disturb your peace of mind. Wonderfully said. Thank you so much. And now Chanchal ji and Rabia ji, are we here close to the end of our session today?
Yes, Miss
And
Deepa, I think we are just very close to the session today, and I would like to thank Rachna ma'am to take
Yes.
out 5 minutes, and actually she has, did not affect her physical health, come in between, and she has actually come out of this situation to talk about the peace, mental peace, and how we can actually contribute towards this session as well, this to talk about the peace. So thank you so much, Rachna ma'am. I am really grateful to you from the bottom of my heart that you could take out time and stressed out yourself to talk here. Basically, I know you have actually made yourself very 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 stressed out. तो नहीं मुझे बोलना है, राबिया ने बोला है तो मेरे को बोलना ही है. And thank you so much for that, Rachna ma'am. My prayers are with you, with your family. We all are praying for you, for everybody actually. So you are not alone. Just don't think we are just a call away. So we are here to help support each other. And so thank you so much. And Jyoti ma'am, all right, I would like to request you also to just share your views for 2 minutes to talk about the piece, how education and media can collaborate and work towards it.
Sure, sure, sure. And thank you so much for having me here. And just you thought about me. Media is, I think, one of the most important platform which can revolutionize, each and every component of the society. We talk about school education, we talk about healthcare system, we talk about our political systems, education in totality, everything. Media has been instrumental in bringing turnaround changes in every component of human life. Here, electronic media and digital media is doing wonders nowadays. Look at us. Rabia, you are in Mumbai, I'm in Delhi, and yet we are so close. And thanks to this digital platform. So many things are happening around. Sometimes they are rumors, some things are reality, some are suggestions. Now it becomes very, very important for people like us and the digital platform that we are able to filter, understand, and weigh the information and act accordingly. All information that that floats on this platform might not be correct, might not be so much useful also. But then we as an education leaders are able to understand, can pick up those components which are really useful for our society, for our students, and for the parents, teachers as well. So this kind of information, when we talk about, can be really, really very useful. Now, if I talk about this World Peace, the platform that you are giving to so many speakers, and there are n number of people who are going to watch this also, there will be a lot of takeaways in the form of information, in form of how you can be positive in this difficult times, what all you can do to keep your family healthy in these difficult times, what all you can contribute towards your family, yourself, and your society in total. So I personally feel that digital media, electronic media, any kind of media platform from where the voice can be raised of concern, of care, is always a welcome idea. And it is very, very fruitful. And I think, Rabia, you have been making a fantastic use of this platform. So big, big congratulations for that. And
Thank you
then
so much, ma'am.
most welcome, most welcome. And all these speakers that have spoken before me, like they are amazing. Dr. Preeti Oja was so good. And then the one who spoke before me was equally, that concern and the contents were very, very impressive. So congratulations, Rabia.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you
just
so
one
much.
thing. I am in Delhi, Noida, actually. But yes,
Okay.
many people have joined us from outside Delhi as well. So all
Okay.
thanks to the electronic media, and thanks to
Yes,
you that
yes,
you are able to join
yes,
this session.
yes.
Otherwise, if we would have been in this physical, atmosphere, I don't think so. We would have 20 odd participants from across the globe. We would be joining this session actually from different,
Absolutely.
environment, from different sectors actually. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
and
totally agree with you.
yes,
Totally
and,
agree.
and all thanks to Miss Chanchal for organizing this event actually. So thank you so much, Chanchal Bhargav ma'am, once again today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Chanchal. Wonderful platform, very good thought processes. And I think each program of this kind is contributing towards a better society. And it's a great takeaway for each one of us.
Beautifully said, Jyoti ma'am. Beautifully
Thank you.
said. Thank you so much.
Thank
So,
you, dear.
It's a prayer and a blessing from each one of our collaborators. It's not me, but it's we all together set the sail. And we are sailing beautifully from one session to another session. And the journey starts from April 8th, and we will be, I think, reaching our destination or continue. That has to be again seen. But yes, finally by 7th, I think we will reach to certain extent of peace with all our wonderful and eminent speakers. Like today, we got so many insights and takeaways from each one of you. Ma'am Preeti wonderfully, she put up all her experiential learning, which is much needed today in this world to learn from experiences. She made all the differences with her own experience of teaching and what she has given and what she has taken. And then Sir Sunny, what amazing! He put up all electronic media importance and benefits, and moreover, he put notes on sustainable development. Again, another key point from him. And then I would love to say that Ma'am Rachna, she actually put up the practical approach to our summit today. That is, she is in trouble situation. She is not physically fit and somewhere mental stress also, but still she maintains and she gives us peace from unrest to rest. That's wonderful, ma'am. Thank you. And ending to like Jyoti, ma'am. Amazing, ma'am. She took up all our speakers all together and then made her last attempt to beautifully and articulately frame her words of wisdom. So thank you once again to each and every person here from the very beginning, from Rabia and then moderator, Ma'am Deepa, way of revolving and taking all of us with an appreciation, with love, with all smiles, and put all of us all together, weave all of our thoughts in one. And Ina ma'am, thank you so much for being technically taking us to Facebook Live. And your all efforts are really making this event a successful one. So over to Rabia ma'am once again for vote
thank
of
you.
thanks
Thank
from
you
your
so
side.
much, Chanchal ma'am. Thank you so much once again. And I would like to thanks first of all Miss Ina for supporting the complete support. Actually, without her support, this session would not have been successful because we are digital and we have to be very equipped digitally in order to make our sessions successful. So that is where Miss Ina is here to support all of us. And I know we are exceeding with the time, Miss Chanchal, but if you allow me for 2 more minutes to invite Miss Kajal to speak here and share her thoughts about the piece, that would be of great help to
Sure,
me.
sure, sure.
Thank
Please.
you. Hi, Kajal. Dee. Hi, Dee. I can call you Dee on this forum as well. I don't have any apprehensions. So I would like to request you to please share your views about today's event, about today's topic. The theme is Edu, Voice of Edu Media Towards a Peaceful World. So please come on.
So, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. Last but not the least, I always say, Der hai durust hai, and I'm glad to be the final one and not the last one. It's always
Great, great.
wonderful, and it always gives joy to meet and speak on the forum where we share, right kind of synergies. And I read the topic where it says, I will only look at live in peace. I am only taking that from here. And I have just a small message, as we as educator might be doing already, knowing, unknowingly, we always do that. But do not hesitate and just give that, ear to everyone. If anyone is giving you a call, we must lend and share and listen to what a person wants to speak. That's need of the hour. कि yes, मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूँ, और simple, मैं हूँ ना. That's what we need. We need to hold each other's hand, and especially people those who are facing, a lot of problems. So we just need to hold each other's hand. So even I am just passing one, one high five to everyone, so that just feel that touch. And if you actually you can do a high five, let's feel that less. Yes, I'm passing this to everyone. So one high five to everyone. I want everyone to give me a high five. Yes, that's the spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chanchal ma'am. And I can see it's written K12 News, Rabia ji, Jyoti ma'am, and Preeti ma'am, Ina ma'am, Rachna ma'am, and Kumar ji, Sarit sir, SVV Krishna. There were only very few, so I could, say all the names. So thank you for inviting me. Looking forward for many more.
Thank you, Kajaldi. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your views. And I was waiting for that one thing. Main hoon na. How can we close the session without hearing such great, encouraging words? And yes, as we all understand, the peace, it comes from compassion. Be compassionate to each other. Be empathetic to each other. And that is where our 21st century skills talks about. See compassion, see collaborate, be creative, and think critically. And collaboration is one word. That's how we can collaborate in lot of sessions, talking about the peace, talking about the support towards each other in these crucial times. And I would like to say thanks to each one of you for contributing towards today's event and making it so successful, and contributing and helping and giving a helping hand to each other, so that we can keep encouraging and motivating each other in these challenging times, which is the priority today. I know we are going jobless also, but having said that, if we have that kind of mental support, one person who can hear us out, I think we can survive. At least we can sustain in difficult times. That's all I would like to say, and that's the most important objective of this event: to live in peace, helping each other, supporting each other, and let's have a compassionate heart towards each other. That's all I would like to say. Thank you once again, Dr. Preeti, Rachna ma'am, Miss Ina, Miss Deepa, Kajal Di, Jyoti ma'am, Gaurav ji, Humera ma'am, Spiritual Connect, Mr. Kumar, who is again not well. He is one of the panelists, but because of his health, he could not talk. And I did not force him also, but thanks to him for joining this session and making his presence feel us about between us. Sarat ji, SVV Krishna, Sunny Rathod, and special thanks to Miss Chanchal once again. Thank you once again, ma'am.
There is lot of disturbance, so I have kept my mic on mute. It's a wedding ceremony around our home, so that's the reason. But my prayers and smiles and blessings to each one of you and your family once again. More powers and cheers to everyone. Thank you.
Very nice webinar, ma'am. Very nice.
Thank you so. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rabia.
Thank
Keep
you, ma'am.
having
Thank
such
you.
great programs. Thank you,
ma'am. Thank you so much.
and
Thanks a lot.
thanks to everyone for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Stay safe.
Stay home, stay safe.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe. Stay home. Bye bye.